anyone who's watched the smartphone market in recent years will tell you it is utterly impossible to keep a secret. And that's been demonstrated once again with the latest Samsung Galaxy S10 range. So there are three devices, as the rumor mill had suggested. First, there is the entry-level S10e. I say entry-level, I mean everything about it still feels utterly premium, and as you'd expect from a Samsung S series handset. What are the sacrifices? Well, for a start, you only get two cameras around the back here, and a single one up front, but you do get to have them in the very fetching canary yellow, which is a color they've decided to keep unique to this particular range. Then in the middle of the range you have the regular S10, also hole punch in the corner of the display, but this time around, it's tough to see on this particular color, but there are three rear cameras. Now that's the same as the triple rear camera setup that you'll find on the bigger S10 Plus over here. Now the upshot of this triple camera setup, of course, is that you get an ultra-wide, a regular view, and I'm not sure at this point whether it's 2 or 3 times optical zoom. Let's go and have a look in the menu quickly, and maybe we can find out. So obviously these phones are in demo mode, and what we can do is a little bit limited, but there we are. There's the wide angle view. Then we have a regular view, and then we have the zoom view. Here it's saying 2 times, so it suggests that's probably the optical arrangement. Now, it's great to see Samsung branching out and offering such a wide selection of models. What's going to be a little tricky, I think, for people is the pricing. So we've got the cheapest model over here, which is the new E, and that's going to start at 15,999, or as we like to round it up at stuff, 16,000 Rand. When you head up to this, the regular S10, you're looking at about 19,000, and when you get up to the Plus, things get really crazy. Depending on the specification you go for, you can get anything between a 25 and a 35,000 Rand price tag, and that's because it's possible to spec this up with up to a terabyte of onboard memory. Of course, you can further expand that via a micro SD card, and you can add cards of up to 512 gigs, which means in total you'll be able to get 1.5 terabytes in a phone. Other features that these include are in-display fingerprint sensor. Now, it's an ultrasonic one, which makes it a little bit different from the ones we've seen in the market already, in that it does a 3D scan of the fingerprint. So Samsung suggests that it's going to be very difficult to trick this or otherwise get past the security, whether you're using an artificial copy of the fingerprint or indeed a high-resolution picture of it. That sort of thing just shouldn't work. But you can have a quick look here in the sort of specifications, and it tells us that the wide-angle camera on these is a 16 megapixel shooter, while the other rear cameras are 12 megapixels. Obviously, the maximum aperture varies on them as well. I see on the main camera we've got the variable f1.5 or f2.4 aperture that we last saw on the previous generation of devices, and of course the curved edges that have become the hallmark of Samsung's S and Note series devices. Those are back here too, although that's only on the S10 and the S10 Plus. When it comes to the regular, the more entry-level rather, S10e, you get a flat display, but as you can see, it's still pretty much corner to corner. In fact, if we compare it to the regular S10 side by side, there's almost nothing in it in terms of the bezel size. Samsung also unveiled a folding handset today called the Galaxy Fold. Perhaps not the most inventive name, but certainly the most interesting thing we've seen in the cell phone market for a while. Unfortunately, we can't show that to you because that is in a room where we are not allowed to take any videos or any photo. But that is just a very quick look at these devices. We're expecting them, let's just compare the sizes quickly before we wrap up. We're expecting them to go on sale on the 8th of March locally, which is in line with other markets like the US and Korea. For a little more info, head on to the site. We've got pricing and all of the details, and of course we'll have full reviews up as soon as we can spend some more quality time with these gorgeous new handsets.